Welcome back to our video series on the US tax reform. Today we want to talk about net operating losses, steuerlicher Verlust, Rücktrag und Vortrag. Elisa, we know that the US is for many years a very interesting and strong market for German companies to invest. And I'm very certain that that will be the case in the future as well. However, when I start investing in the US, obviously I have probably significant investments. Mm-hmm. And that leads quite often to situations that I start with tax losses. Can you just explain us what the impact of the new law is on taxable losses?
Okay, well, first and foremost is the rate impact. And I know we've talked a lot, that keeps coming up, about the rate reduction, but losses were pretty valuable to a company considering they were valued at a 35% tax rate, right? So now they're going to go down to a 21% rate, plus states, and you had the states before, but now it's going to be a significant decrease. So you can't really complain about a decrease, right? But I think companies in 2017 anyway are going to see a significant decline on their financial statements, primarily due to the rate reduction and that impact on their net operating losses.
Mm-hmm. But can I still carry forward my old losses?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. So under the new law, businesses with losses carrying forward can still completely utilize those losses against future taxable income. So the old law allowed a company to carry forward losses for 20 years, and there wasn't a limitation exactly on the utilization of those losses, but when you did get to a point where your loss actually completely offset all of your income, we had an alternative minimum tax that would kick in so that a corporation would at least pay some amount of tax. We no longer have that minimum tax. That has been done away with. And under the new law, losses can be carried forward indefinitely, but now we have a limitation on how much can be used. And that limitation is going to be 80% of your taxable income. This effectively actually puts us back in the same position where we were before with the alternative minimum tax, but it is far simpler to deal with than calculating the alternative minimum tax.
What is with losses which were generated prior to the new law? Are they now also subject to the 80% limitation?
Actually not. So that's a positive thing. So any losses that were generated prior to 2018 will be able to be carried forward and fully utilized against taxable income in the future.
So from a cash perspective, does the new law really make a big difference?
I think it doesn't materially impact the vast majority of our German Mittelstand clients from a cash perspective. As I said, the good news is that losses can be carried forward indefinitely, but I think that this is really one of the smaller changes in the law that's not going to change any German Mittelstand's opinion about whether to invest in the U.S. or not. Although I will say, if there is a German Mittelstand company who's thinking about coming to the U.S., I think that the fact that they can carry forward any initial startup losses indefinitely and combine that with the reduction in the corporate tax rate, it actually might be an incentive to them to invest in the U.S.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Elisa, for the explanations on the NOL. And thank you very much for watching. Please be aware we have more videos out there where we explore the impacts of the tax reform on certain topics in detail. Thank you.